All right, welcome to The Explainer, where we break down the really big ideas. And today, we're talking about a movie from 1999 that has somehow become more than just a movie. I mean, it's basically a lens for how we see the world now. Seriously, after 25 years, The Matrix feels less like sci-fi and a whole lot more like a documentary. And that's really the big question we're digging into here. You gotta remember, back then, the internet was all about dial-up modems and that awful screeching sound, busy phone lines. But somehow, The Matrix wasn't just ahead of its time. It's like it set the alarm clock for the reality we all woke up in. It totally nailed this feeling of searching for connection in a digital world way before that was even a thing for most of us. So, get this. The philosopher whose work actually inspired the movie, Jean Baudrillard, said this, and it just perfectly captures this incredible, mind-bending irony, right? The film is this powerful critique of a fake, simulated reality, but it's delivered to us through the ultimate illusion machine, the cinema. The movie is literally the very thing it's warning us about. How wild is that? Okay, so part one, redefining action cinema. Look, before it got all philosophical and deep, The Matrix had to do one thing first, completely blow up what an action movie could be. It wasn't enough to just be smart, you know? The action itself had to be something people had never, ever seen before. So, how would they do it? Well, the Wachowskis basically cooked up this whole new visual language. They mashed together things that Hollywood had just never mixed before. They brought in the absolute legend from Hong Kong, Yuan Wu Ping, for his wire fu, that incredible gravity-defying fighting style. Then they blended that with the look and feel of Japanese anime and the gritty vibe of cyberpunk. The result? A style that just changed the game overnight. And of course, we have to talk about bullet time. I mean, this was the effect. It's what made the impossible look completely real. It let us see Neo dodge bullets in this way that just broke all the rules of physics and logic. It instantly became iconic. And, let's be real, it was copied so many times it almost became a cliché. So the big question is, how on earth did they actually pull it off? Here's the crazy part. It wasn't one super fast camera. Nope. It was actually a brilliantly simple idea just executed perfectly. What they did was set up a whole ring of still cameras, like 120 of them, and then fired them off one after another super quick. Then, and this is the magic, they used software to digitally create all the in-between frames. That's what gives it that smooth, flowing motion. So you have the actors on wires in front of a green screen, a CGI background added later, and boom. It's this perfect blend of old-school camera tricks and brand new digital tech. All right, moving on to part two, a deeper philosophical code. Because let's be honest, the stunning visuals, that was just the hook to get you in the door. The reason we're still talking about this movie is because of all the complex ideas hiding just beneath the surface of all that action. This was no dumb action flick. It was smuggling these huge questions inside some of the coolest fight scenes ever filmed. Yeah, I mean, at a time when action movies were pretty much point, shoot, explode, The Matrix actually challenged its audience. Get this. Before Keanu Reeves was even allowed to read the script, the Wachowskis made him read a bunch of dense philosophy, like Baudrillard's Simulacra and Simulation. They weren't just making a movie, they were wrapping its fights in these deep layers of philosophy, religion, and huge questions about what reality even is. What it's really doing fundamentally is taking Plato's Allegory of the Cave, an idea that's, 2,400 years old, and rebooting it for the digital age. You've got humanity trapped, believing the shadows on the wall are real, just like Plato's prisoners. But, and this is the brilliant twist, in Plato's story, the real world outside the cave is beautiful. It's the light. In The Matrix, the real world is a dark, hellish, post-apocalyptic nightmare. And that makes the choice to wake up so much more difficult. And that brings up one of the movie's most critical questions. If the truth is awful and the illusion is wonderful, what do you choose? I mean, really, what would you choose? Cypher's choice to betray everyone just to get plugged back in really represents this deeply human desire to just reject a harsh reality. He says it himself, right? He knows the steak isn't real, but his brain tells him it's juicy and delicious, and you know what? For him, that's enough. And it doesn't stop with just philosophy. The film is also woven through with these powerful religious allegories, which gives the whole story this epic mythological feel. Neo isn't just some action hero. He's the one, a messianic savior figure who literally dies and is resurrected more powerful than before. Morpheus is like his John the Baptist, the prophet preparing the way. And of course, Cypher is the Judas who sells them out. These parallels give the classic hero's journey a weight and depth that it resonates, even if you don't consciously pick up on all the references. Okay, let's get into part 3, from sci-fi to reality, because this is where the movie's legacy goes from being impressive to being downright uncanny. I mean, the ideas that were pure science fiction back then, they're now just the basic building blocks of our lives today. What was supposed to be a warning has kind of become a roadmap. Just think about it for a second. In 1999, the whole idea of living your life inside a giant simulated world, that was pure fantasy. Fast forward to today, we have billionaires and tech companies actively trying to build the metaverse. We have generative AI that can create images, videos, voices that are so realistic you literally can't tell the difference. We are, with our own 2 hands, willingly building the exact virtual worlds the movie told us to be afraid of. And if you want to put a number on it, here you go. $162.7 billion. That's how much the global AR and VR market is expected to grow by 2025, according to Technavio. So this isn't some niche hobby for gamers anymore. That number represents a staggering amount of money, of brainpower, and belief that we're pouring into building our very own versions of the Matrix. Now, because these ideas are so powerful, they've been grabbed and used as this massive metaphor by all sorts of different groups. It's fascinating, really. The movie has become a kind of modern-day Rorschach test for our culture. You know, one of those inkblot tests. Everyone looks at the same thing but sees something totally different in all that dense symbolism. And this just shows how incredibly flexible the film's message can be. On one side, you have the term red pilling, which has been adopted by some far-right groups to mean waking someone up to what they see as a singular, hidden truth about the world. But on the other side, many people, especially noting that both of the Wachowskis have since transitioned, read the film as a powerful trans allegory. It's a story about breaking free from a system that forces an identity on you, like Mr. Anderson, and having the freedom to choose your true self, your real name, Neo. And maybe this gets to the real core of what the Wachowskis were saying. It's not about somebody else telling you what the truth is. It's about having the freedom to choose your own path, to walk it, and to create your own meaning along the way. It's an active, ongoing process, not just passively accepting whatever reality someone else hands you. So when you add it all up, the film's impact isn't just some abstract philosophical thing. It is absolutely tangible. You can see it. You can hear it. Its whole visual style shaped action movies for years to come. Its language, red pill, glitch in the matrix, is just part of how we talk now. And its big ideas are right at the center of the biggest debates we're having today about technology and what it means to be human. So let's end on this. 25 years ago, the choice between the red pill and the blue pill was science fiction. But today, in our world of AI, deepfakes, and virtual realities, where the line between what's real and what's simulated gets blurrier every single day, that choice feels more real and more urgent than ever before. So the question for you is, if you were offered that red pill today, would you take it?